right, well, hey everybody, what's up? Your favorite Pastor Aaron here with our third installment of Christian How-To on YouTube. Now, I'm not going to show you, but I went on Google Chrome and hit the incognito tab and then went to YouTube and typed in Christian How-To just to make sure that I wasn't getting, skewed results from these guys. And the third one still is how to tell if he's the right one or how to tell if she's the right one. Now, I'm assuming this is young people, unmarried people wanting to know how to tell if you're, finding the right one. Okay, now, I've been married since '02, right? April and I've been together. This will be 20 years. So, we're doing all right. So I think I've got something to say to you here. So how do you know if you're the right one? And so, well, that's hard to say. That's really hard to say. But I do know how to stupid things you can do to make sure they're not the right one, right? So I'm not going to tell you how to know if they're the right one because that's really hard, but I'm going to tell you some quick tips on how to make sure you screw it up and make sure they are not the right one for you, okay? This ought to be fun. Step number one, look for someone that you don't have anything in common with. That's the first way to really screw your life up with dating and marriage and all that stuff. Look for somebody you don't have anything in common with. That whole, like Paula Abdul, opposites attracting, anyway, old school song there. Make sure, and we say, oh, this is exciting, and oh yeah, opposites. Okay, that's fun for dates. After about 3 weeks of living together, you're going to be hating that person. Opposites may attract and it may make for good sex, I suppose. But other than that, zero. So if you want to screw your life up and make sure you find the wrong one, make sure it's somebody that is opposite of you. Tagging on to that, make sure that you have nothing in common. You want to screw your life up and how to make sure they're not the right one, look for somebody that has nothing in common with you. You like to be quiet and read books. They like to go out all the time and be loud and have fun with friends. You hate football, they love football. You like going to church and they hate going to church. By all means, marry that person, you'll screw your life up. Go right ahead, okay? So that's step number 2. Make sure you have nothing in common with them. Step number 3, go fishing in a trash can for a dinner. Now, what I mean by that is you want to find quality people, go to the worst possible places, okay? How do you want to know if they're not the one? Go looking somewhere, go to a crack house or something. That's what I mean. So go looking at really ugly places. You want to find somebody long-term and stable, by all means. Go to a bar and pick somebody up for a one-night stand. That'll be a great way to screw your life up. So that's step number 3. Step number 4 is have sex with them right away. How to tell if they're not the right one, how to make sure they're not the right one. Jump right into the sack on the first or second date. That'll screw things up really good. Why do I say that? Well, because, sex is like dynamite. It's awesome. God created it. I'm not against it at all. But it's so powerful when you start messing with it. If you don't know what you're doing, it's going to blow you up. Okay, so if you want to make sure that you find the wrong person and screw your life up, have sex with them right away because, that sex is such a powerful bonding, connecting, hormonal thing that you'll think, oh, I really love him or, oh, I really love her. Nah, you just got good sex hormones going on. So make sure you do that. Another way to really screw your life up, make sure they're not the right one, give them a test run by living with them. That'll really make sure that they're not the right one. Did you know that people who live together are much higher rate of divorce than people who don't before they get married? It's not a test run, it's screwing you up. So if you want to make sure they're not the right one, live with them ahead of time. Okay, let's see. What's another one that we could think of? April, what's another one that I'm missing? She's not listening. Go figure. But no, in all seriousness, if you're worried about knowing who's the right one, there isn't just, I don't think there's just one person that's the right one. And if if they die in a car wreck, you're out of luck and you're going to be alone forever. That's not the way it works. I think there's lots of people you can get along with, be in partnership marriage with, but the key is treating this right and seriously. Seems like our culture doesn't really take marriage and commitment too seriously anymore, and it's showing. So here's what I'm going to say to you. Find somebody that you have a lot in common with, that shares values, shares background, shares ideas. Talk about the future. How many kids do you want? Where do you want to work? Have all of these, I've seen as a pastor, I don't do wedding ceremonies anymore because they're all stupid. The young people lie and they're divorced a year later. Literally, I had that happen, okay? So commit to this person. Commit to yourself, commit to God. Seek God first, and then put this person in perspective there. Make sure that your family backgrounds are going in the same direction, that your goals in life are going to. How many kids do they want? Do they not want kids? I've seen that happen too. Where do you want to live? What if something changes? What if you get sick? All of these things. Make sure that is in proportion to your marriage. You know what I mean? Make sure you think about it. Okay, another thing to do is, like I said, don't let physical stuff get in the way. Sex blows your mind up. It's just too powerful while you're trying to make a good decision. So don't hop into the sack. I know a lot of Christians today are like, oh, that whole don't have sex before you get married is just old-fashioned and stupid. No, it's really not. Jesus had that for a reason, because he actually knows about it. He created the human beings. Anyway, so don't do that. Don't live with them. Don't have sex. Don't look like the rest of the world. Develop a relationship, an interior, an emotional, an intellectual relationship before you move on to the physical stuff. All right. So how do you know they're the right one? Well, it's going to be scary any way you slice it. You're never going to know for sure. You're going to have to take a chance. But you can mitigate, you can lower your chances of getting hurt, of divorce, of failure, if you make good decisions ahead of time. All right, Aaron out. See you next time.